Okay, hands look much better now. I'll keep it. Urine's a little early, but I think given that we're don't have, yeah, hands looks really good. Let's just keep it. More tutors of Echo Demonic than that? Nah. Moments, days where I am sad I'm not running Predatory anymore in this deck. Oh well. Crimson Curse, just for points, it's a 17 point for 10 reason net. So it is 5 turns of Blood Moon, which is bleed 2, so that's 10. 10 for 10, 2 Ekamaras for another 6, so you're at 16, and then it's organic, we get another point off of it for 17. So that's a lot of value there. What does Naglfar do with the card you don't pick? It goes on top of your deck, so you set yourself up for the next turn with even more powerful plays. Which is pretty powerful. You know, basically get 2 random ones, and then you keep one, you abandon the other. And speaking of that, I think it's time to do some yellowing.
You smell life with fear, little one.
So what is our hits here? You know what? What's the worst split? Worst split would be Dodoloak and Yen. Very unlikely though. You're really good. You're really good. You're fine? Nah, you're pretty bad. We'll wait a little bit. Might not use it this round. I think you're on the opposite row. Bummer. Looking Bone Talisman-y. Go for it? I don't think you do. Because I also realize Crimson Curse is really bad too, because I've bricked up the front row. Yen's strong here though. Ooh, that is a really that means they are nervous. Woodland Spirit, round 1 just to defend a huge swarm. That is a lovely little thing to see, isn't it, guys? Because that means I would be nervous. You can go for Yen now. You can go for Yen now. I don't think it's super as good as Bone Talisman going forward, to be honest. I think I'm gonna go for Triss here.
Strong magic.
That was not what I was expecting to see. You're bricked, you're bricked. I guess it's just Swarm. This feels bad. We're gonna lose this round. Bummer. That red haze. Not good. I mean, it's not the end of the world if we don't get the round 2 bleed. We're sitting on a Yurden. We have COC in deck. We have stuff good for long and short rounds. There's a teleporting Gansian deck. Fine. The fact that Gan's teleporting Gansians means probably Yurden will do a lot of work in later on. You can keep forcing the round of Bone Talisman here. Give him down to 4. That Triss is very painful. If Triss had a Bone Talisman, this game would feel very different right now. Unfortunately, all these cards are pretty bad, except the CFC, which is a 40% chance of hitting. If they pass, I'm going to be super tilted. Thank you. They like kind of have to obligatorily play. Round 0. It's some edits, trying to take Q lists, so it's Mexi Bob Flashes put together. I like that we all just kind of communally try to figure this out. That's a unitless version though, which is very different than what we're running. I don't think you need to run unitless in this meta. I think it's fine to just run full on unit. Given that, we have only 2 consumes in our deck, so more likely that Death Wish is there, as we saw. Swarming actually might be an issue here. We got plenty of Swarm. See what happens. Probably don't want Warrior and Death Wish. We're looking for the other parts, like other golds. No. Yes. No. 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 Okay. It's a hand. Do I have anything that I want to attack Arachas for? No. Okay, so we can just play out in front row, work from there. Doing that because I know if I can do warrior here, I can eat this and this, get the extra spawn. Be good. Alright, we're gonna overswarm a little bit. That's okay. It sings 1, 2, 3. How's it going, my friend? I'm gonna murder that with Parasite. But it spawned on the back row. If it spawned in front, I would have been really sad because we'd have really bricked this row up. That's one of the we're gonna have to take advantage of the beast goes tall spontaneous. For the exact right amount of row space. Yeah, Evos might be going on Wrath this game. Depending on what we go for. We have a very high chance hitting in this game, so we probably want to be playing pretty quick into that if we can.
They're surprisingly clean creatures. It happens.
Chimeras are pretty bad here. I think you just go for it. Well, let's see what happens if we go into a really fast Yen. Nice. Good hit. Yen, you're up. Want to do it before they swarm with stuff like fruits. Yes, things. We're playing some Arachas Swarm. We're just testing the water, seeing if there's some legs on this one. He just bleeding? What do you mean bleeding? Going better HS. Everything all right? I mean, their unit is bleeding. We're not bleeding right now. It's round 3, bud. I don't know if that's what you mean, but no, we're in it right now. So here. No, I lose my mind. That's okay. You know what? We all lose our minds sometimes. It happens. I know they're not going to swarm on our row. We're going to keep buffing up. So it's spontaneous, Chimera, back row, eat one of these. Bone Talisman, Yurden. That should end the game for us. It's okay to lose your line going better HS. You know what? Happens to the best of us. It's all good. There's Mamuna. I'm pretty sure they put on the same row as the Piggy. I would assume they mulligan their Heatwave. Yes, I think Heatwave's really bad on this. But ironically, we, as you're pointing out in the chat, are implying heavily, quite good in this case. Did he pass after round 1? Yes, he dry passed round 2. Round 1 he won, dry passed round 2. Went into a long round 3. Which is usually correct, to be honest. Usually Arachas Swarm does want to be the bleeder. I'll just Bone Talisman. No, we'll Chimera. You remember me? I do. It's been a long time, though, my friend. I feel like it's been quite a while, you sings 1, 2, 3, since I recognized you in the chat. Or not recognized, but seen you in the chat. But yes, I remember you from a while back. But I will confess, I don't remember specific information. I know you're part of the family. I know you were back a while ago. And it's been a while since you've been back here. But I cannot tell you if you were to ask me like what country you're living in. I do not know. I do remember you things. I think adrenaline cards should get, let's see. And Turkey. You're in Turkey. Got it. I will remember that, you things, this time around. It's good to have you back, my friend. Yurden never created. You never crafted Yurden? Anyways, we're focusing on the game. Yeah, we got a really nice one. Thanks, you're welcome. I like to try to remember people. Yurden, wipe out the back row. Go. And that is, guys, a quick GG. Unless they Yurden me back. That'd be really funny. Oh, they kept their E-Wave. I don't think it's quite what they were hoping to see, though. Thick Yurden, indeed. It is okay, by the way, when you have Sabbath and you're that far ahead, just play Mamuna on a better row. GG. Swarm, we should be fine on Swarm, so I'm going to take the Beast. Yeah, no, I'll check it back. Alright, cool. So they're going to open up something nasty on front row. I think you literally just slap Crimson Curse as a response. Whatever they open up. It'll be a front row play. Keep you for Horsun. There's the buddy of fun. I think you just opened Crimson Curse. Is that too crazy, though? I'm going to open it. I'm going to try this line. Came a sub 1-2 months ago. Always follow you on YouTube. Went in for you. When I saw it today, I thought I'd come. Even use the translation for you. Ah, it's coming back more. He sings. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I gotta do better. Keep track of all the subs. We have a lot of subs, but I like to keep track of everybody. I'm genuinely grateful. And I'm glad you're following on the YouTube. YouTube's such an important part of this community. Warms my soul. Thank you for all that kind of stuff. Drill and Horsun are pretty spooky. Yeah, we just have to win round 1 though, Smexy Blobfish. You only have 1 Horsun, you only have 1 Drill. As long as we win this round, I complete the amount next round. Horsun Jr. is pretty nasty though. I might have to. It's only 3 apiece. But I appreciate all that support. Yes, sayings warms my heart. Good to see you, by the way, our Drac Scorpion. Our Dark Scorpion. I guess it's not really Drax, is it? There's no RAX. ARX. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. We're going to have to use, I think, Arachas Beam to kind of keep this alive. We do want to keep our row alive if possible. Abuse the fact that this is pretty slow. How many Darx? It's Darx. Does that work for you? Am I saying that right? This is going pretty well. Bleed, bleed, bleed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I don't have the unit I'm looking for in hand, unfortunately. These are coming, but we're a little slow here. Oh no, I have a Bone Talisman. I want 1 on the back anyways, because if I spontaneous, we're gonna need it. Nice job, you. I really thank you. Thank you as well. I appreciate us things that you're here. So obnoxious, but I need to keep you for the other more dangerous stuff. But did they know Vingardian? Heck yeah. Yeah, now they're like, okay, fine. Do I just Yennifer here? I mean, I can neutralize all the shenaniganery pretty quickly. No, I don't think I have the Yennefer quite yet. I can just go, I think, passive here. Release 5, go. Alright, now the Chimera's online. That helps a lot here. Maybe Yen was right, though. Dip is fine. Because now I can go Chimera back row, keep this bleed going. They haven't committed much here, but they get a little bit set up. Hey, new family member from what I hear. Leon Harf GX. Leon Harf GX, welcome to the Plain Talk fam. Glad you joined us here today as we check out a museum all about spies. Welcome aboard. If you like what you see here, you're gonna love the socials, YouTube, Discord, Twitter, and Spotify. And welcome to the family, my friend. Okay. New family member. I'll pretend. Or zero pretend. One of the two. Welcome to the Plain Talk fam. I'm glad you joined us here today as we... Do I just like eat here? Just literally eat for 1 point. Yep. Feels weird, but that is correct play. Oh my goodness, there's way too much going on. I gotta welcome a new family member, then Leon Harf GX with a sub. Well, let's start with Leon real fast. Leon, thank you so much for the sub. I'm genuinely grateful. I'll keep pumping out the content, doing my best to keep on giving you the good stuff. Thank you for the long-term support and helping me move this towards a more financially viable future. I appreciate it. And then Opriton, I'm glad you could join us here today as we negotiate over... I think passing is fine. Thank you for the quality content, friend. You're welcome. A spy museum. I didn't know if people in McRandar knew about the spy museum. You're right. I was thinking about the one in Washington, D.C. That is accurate. No pretend. I'm glad you could join us here today as we visit an all-you-can-eat shrimp buffet. We're eating a bunch of shrimp. Welcome aboard. And again, and then also, if you like what you see, guys, check out the socials. Welcome to the family. Oh my gosh, so many awesome things there. And Leon, you're welcome for that quality content, my friend. I'll just keep on coming. Keep on coming. Keeping the good stuff rolling. Keeping it rolling. Keep it going. Alright, finally making progress on this deck. They did win. I want you here. Ooh, it's not a bad hand. I don't think they might bleed. I'll keep the hand. Yeah, if they bleed, I do need a defense here. Pretty won the walker. Oh yeah, I've been twice. It's really good. IMO. Naglfar is actually a reasonably viable play. Maybe. Ish. Tell your family members, everyone who's sub on YouTube. Yasings, everyone who subs on YouTube is in Discord, is on Spotify, is on Twitch follows, is part of the family. They're all part of the family. And if you're on YouTube and you sub there, you're a family member, but I still will welcome you as a new member here as well. Just to be on the safe side. Make sure we're good. Alright, this hand's pretty nuts. I'm not even bricked either. Sweet. Alright, let's do it. We don't like where Northern Realms is going. Oh, I think Northern Realms is going in a direction, in my opinion, a good direction. So they're doing that for... Maybe I should just kill that one. It's an annoying spender. It's very efficient. There are a couple lines of play that are pretty good here. I'm tempted to just do a triple spa and smack Yen. I think that's what I'm going to do. You have nothing out there, but I do want to get my swarm to live. Figure it out. A lot of good friends is super annoying in this against us. It's very good. There's the cleaver. Was expecting it. But I gotta wait till Tunnel Drill comes down. I think it's okay to CSC that though. Go. Well, reworks. I really like what they're doing, but these patience cards feel so unfair to me. I think the 4 provision package is S tier. It's insane. It's very strong. Actually, we'll do this. Now you can kill here because Tunnel Drill now and Horse Hunt are the same. We haven't seen either, so I think that's fine to do. They're already gonna spend 2 apiece. Dire Mutant Hound. That's a weird tech. Okay. Oh, Pretend, my friend, what would you like to know? We'll play on back right here. This is going well. Dislike the deck so much. I dislike the... I think this is a sus play. I used to love this card, and then they nerfed it. I think it used to be 7. Very good. But Pretend, type in the chat what you want to know. Happy to answer. Let's see. The golds we're looking at, Yurden and that, huh? We're gonna get Triss here.
Just great.
Go. Alright, we're looking really good. I feel like this is starting to slip away from them. There's the drill. This is Salamandra, so I'm not too worried. They're gonna clean up a lot here, but our stuff's pretty tanky. I mean, Uriden's okay value. I think even if they're spending, we should be better with the Whispers here. We want to do the biggest one odd numbered, I think. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Spawns 3 and then the random one goes here. Good. Hi man, thanks for vibing. Do you have a viable SY deck for the season? I tried some. Everything feels so underwhelming. So Prayton, if you go to my deck list document, grab the one that says bounty. And what you want to do is you want to customize it a little bit. You want to remove stuff like Hysteria out of it. Add in things like Bloody Good Friends. Make it a bit more line pockets oriented as opposed to pure bounty. You know what? I'll pass. I'm not going to taunt with the Bone Talisman. GG. That felt really funny. That's a fairly okay hand. Swarm, Swarm. Honestly, maybe I put a Arachas Swarm. But there we go. That seemed better because I have access to another Swarm card already off of you. Thank you, Bracken Orange. Thank you, Bracken Orange. Thank you all, by the way, for being patient there. I appreciate it. Bathroom calls sometimes. I don't know how other streamers sit there for like an hour just. Oh, this is gonna stink. Okay. This is gonna be a tough one, I think. Do I have CFC in hand? No, I have nothing. Urine's really bad. I should have mulliganed it. Well, I something different than Relic to Monster. Potato, yeah, we do all kinds of stuff here. Let's just concede. Nah, we fight. There's the one thing going for us is they can't use this if they're trying to go for the trip of Melusine. If Melusine shows up, though, the gods will have to be generous with me. We all know God loves me, right, guys? Definitely hasn't let me down multiple times today. Next play is a weird one. Alright, I'm going to save Arachas Beam for our later rounds because it can deal with rain pretty well. I think I'm just going to play Maxi here and let's see what we got. Wow, that's garbage. I'm glad I Maxied. What is the worst card that I could potentially draw here? Lacerate should have value in this matchup. I think the worst one we can draw is eggs. I'll put the other eggs on the bottom. Let's get a little lucky here. Offering ships, leader. We got this, John. You gotta believe. 4K scraps. I think crafting something. I'm not sure. NR Mage. Enslave Simulate decks. Not sure. Interesting. You want a meme? Gotta get that Archgriffin, baby. Archgriffin's a blast. And if you already have Northern Realms Mage, you probably have most of the pieces, Marius. I might do that. And it's also, I think Archgriffin's one of the memes that can actually be played in this meta, which is nice. I think Murdering Hermit's surprisingly viable here, so I'm going to do that. This is Melusine's next play. You're a druid, but this is a druid cultist. Yeah, I might do that, Marius, if I was going to do a meme. Keep falling. Let's see. I'm glad you got some time to relax, watch your stream again. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad to have you back, my friend. I wonder if there's a place I can just see. Is there? Oh, there is. God's tracked. I would love to see a list of every person who's subbed, just so I try to keep track. Oh, gods of the game, it is I, your favorite fool. Upon me, you know what I need. Well, not exactly what I'm looking for, but a good start. We missed the heat wave. For Unitless AQ and Glutzy. We really did want heat wave there because I haven't played Covenant of Steel, and that's really nice. Does it make a better Archgriffin list? If that's the case, I'll wait. I probably will attempt it next week, Marius. Try to make a more competitive one. I need the hype to die down on that deck. I need people to stop freaking out running Ignis and COCs. I need the hype to die down. I need some people to be saying, this deck is garbage. And once that happens, it'll be good. Alright, I will use Arachas Behemoth. I think we do want to make sure we win the round. We can pass here if they play. And next round, I think we're trying to bleed out the Melusine and Covenant of Steel. If we get both of them, we're good, because then I can try to get Heatwave for round 3. And when they do Queen for the right for the Melusine, you can Heatwave the Melusine, and we should be good. And if we're red coin, I feel much better about this matchup. Trying to the Griffin deck, spread out the points. Bro, I think you have the right idea. I think Necromancy might even be better. Like and like some siege supports, because even if the combo bricks, they like spores the Archgriffin at the end, you still have, like, I have to keep playing. I think I'm not exactly excited about that fact, but I think it's important. Freya's for cultist is fine. I forgot about Lacerate. Maybe I'll just Lacerate here, actually. Lacerate has the real benefit of not only just limiting all this garbage, but, in many ways, more importantly, gives me opportunity to Bone Talisman if they play another card. Just smack it. 0 risk. But Pharaoh, I think you have the right idea there. I think you have the right idea. If he plays, he throws. Maybe I have to win. So if I think they have any shot at overcoming, I have to keep playing. There's no way they catch up. You guys are so confident. I respect it, but maybe. Renew. Yep. Literally never had fun of normal before. Yeah, I think the Archgriffin Patience meme is the most fun I've ever had of the deck.
What do you need?
Yeah. I don't know if we pass John Doe. I think if we pass, we lose the game. Like, almost guaranteed. Because I can't get through Covenant of Steel currently. And if I can't get through Covenant of Steel, I can't kill the Melusine. And the Melusine will make rain every turn. So I'm, like, fairly certain if we pass, we lose the game. So I'm going to play a slightly different way as a result. I think it's as easy as you pass, you lose. We need to get through this round and bleed pretty aggressively. I can't beat a Melusine. This deck's not strong enough to. The Melusine's a rain every 2 turns. Though I will say if they do play here, I will pass because we're over 30 points. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. I can't keep up at this point. Are you worried about Covenant? I'm not worried about... am I worried about Covenant? I am worried about Covenant. I'm worried about a long round of rain on every row for the entire game because Melusine can do that. I think that... Now I'm out, but this is ridiculous. That's a lot of pain. I will say, I think they finally overcommitted here. Diabear was a mistake. Because I literally do not think I could beat every... like. A long round of perpetual rain on every row. Now it's 3-2-1 concede because I think they're about to lose down 1. And they should have passed uneven and sucked it up. The fact that they messed it up. But that's okay. Here we are. Come on. We both know. We both know you don't have this. Okay. GG. 2 Chimeras might be a bit much. We're gonna put you back. Got the dive. So maybe it isn't Kelly. I thought it would be Kelly, but Kelly, you typically have Crystal Skull here because you want to go Siri dash Crystal Skull. We'll see. Okay, it's vampires. How is this gonna work? Are you gonna... Okay, go. Griffin's probably gonna be cut, but they're not bad. The only odd part right now is I actually don't really have... I guess I could just use Wisp of Tribute to get the Spontaneous, which is what I'm looking for. Alright, get Spontaneous, because we have one out. Arachas Swarms are more reliable. Oh, guys, I forgot Arachas Behemoth in this deck. What am I doing? Remind me afterwards, guys. We gotta adjust to get Behemoth in here. Because that card's so good. Am I running Purify? Nah, Ragnar. There's nothing really to Purify. Everything becomes 4 or 5 points. Hey, new family member. Ghost of Carelia. Ghost of Carelia. Ghost of Carelia, welcome to the Plain Talk fam. I'm glad you joined us here today as we go on a quest to save the kingdom. Welcome aboard. If you like what you see, check out the socials as well. I'm sure you'll like them, and welcome to the family. I don't want to do this one. I mean, I could just go pretty modestly here. Just open up like that. Now I gotta get a Arachas Behemoth in there. It's one of the better payoffs in the game. One thing I'm liking so far, man, I'm so thirsty for water today. We are flying through that gallon. Okay. Huntress. I don't really want to yen this early. How do you want to do this one, John? Go Plumber's tempting in case we have another one, but our targets are really bad. Adrenaline 4. I mean, our hand's like in a weird spot because I don't want to play U4, so it's coming down to Bone Talisman, that, and Neuromancy. It's not my favorite line to play. Maybe Crimson Curse back row is better. But I'm gonna toot up the Arachas Swarm. I just need to get it to be okay for me to do stuff like Chimeraing and Bone Talisman here. See. But so far so good. Remember, they're the ones that had TA to begin with, right? They got the stratagem. Yep, perfect. Go wild. They can bleed everything. I'm glad we got to kill that because that could get out of control bad. Yeah, our point slam's okay if I can avoid using leader charges. We'll see. We'll see how this one pans out. I think right now threatening the fact that we're on track to win on even is a big deal here. Because our Bone Talisman next play and then Chimeras and stuff are very good here. But so far so good. So far so good. Talisman and Chimera should win this round. I agree. I don't think we have to commit much to them this round. I think they're in a lot of trouble. I think you can Dodo look back row. Grab Chimera. Front row. Eat the bleeding one. Go. And now you're set up for click play. And if I click it, it's going to be either the other Griffin. But Griffin's not bad. I can always spawn one, play it, and say go. Force them to play something decent. This is a bad spot for them. They played really conservatively. I mean, I guess they played Detloff and Parasite. Those are the only two real good cards. Actually, we're doing pretty well. We're trading pretty evenly on provision right now, but we are up. That predatory dive was nuts. I love predatory dive. Yep, okay. So it's our turn to bleed the vampire player. Guys, that is a high quality humor you guys came here to watch, right? High quality humor. All right. Man, there are so many problems in my deck that I want to talk about it. Guys, guess what I forgot to put in the deck? Did anybody notice what I forgot to put in the deck? And if one of you noticed and didn't tell me, I'm going to really, you know, you're hurting my soul. Did anybody notice what I forgot? Correct, Exoskeleton. I forgot to put Consumes in my deck. Did we get hosted? The Troll Saif, do you not think I can't attract 300 plus viewers by myself? If the answer is yes, then you are correct. Yes, we got hosted by Spiro. With Zeus, Benefit, how have you been? Welcome back. Yes, no, Spiro hooked us up. I'm endlessly grateful. He's been a great friend to the channel. Really nice person. I can get 100 by myself. 300, we're working our way there. Green screen about using it? I know, right? This is high quality. High quality. I could eventually use it. Why? It was actually for a different project. So I have this whole story. Let's see here. I don't want to play this one out. Honestly. The answer is, back in my day, back last year actually, I quit my job to try to start a financial stream, and I used the background for that. And then after that, I tried to make a financial YouTube channel because I used to have a background in finance. I'm very passionate about teaching people personal finance. Because once you know how personal finance works, life's a lot easier. So I got really passionate about that. The fact that they bled here probably means they have tall removal. Let's see. Honestly, this is kind of falling apart for them. And maybe I'm the crazy one here. Yo, Triss, you're up.
How can I help?
It's predatory for them. Okay, second. Predatory. Arachas Swarm would overflow. I think you just Bone Talisman. Don't overthink it, John. Go. And then after the financial thing, I actually stumbled my way, after I failed both the financial stream and financial YouTube, I stumbled my way into Gwent streaming by accident. And I just said I would go with the most absurdly simple setup possible, so I never worried about the green screen. So it's just chilling there. You can be on Triss and Crusher. Yeah, I think Triss is good. Yeah, I think it's falling apart really fast. You have no idea how tempted I am just to heat wave this, because I can tell a Proto Flutter is coming, and... Hey, new family member, Led Zeppelin. Welcome to the Playing Talk family. I love your music. Welcome to the Playing Talk family. So glad you could join us here today as we go scuba diving in the Baltic Sea. Welcome aboard. Alright, by the way, if you like what you see, I'm trying to shorten my intros a little bit, but if you like what you see, check out the socials, and I'm glad you're part of the family. This kind of feels like a crime. Do you work at lists too much? Maybe. I mean, I haven't done anything of my speaking, to be honest. Do I list really hard, guys? Oh, wait, John, just kill Beast next time. Should've killed the Beast there. I mean, Alchemist Simulated a video. You made my day. I'm glad Kilgore went some more. Not really worried about my speaking. I admit, it's not my best skill, but it's good enough. Alright, this felt strong. I can make this deck much better. That was really good. Enslave, even though it's 5, then won't go too wide, so we shove back that. I don't have any consume. Don't have any consume. Yeah? 4, welcome, how's it going? By the way, do we have Gletsy in the deck? No, Leon, we don't, because the Bone Talismans will buff all of our guys up past 1. Hence, no Gletsy. It's Enslave 5, I know my head blocks it. Sorry in advance. Let's see. Hey, it's good that you're going to the gym, Bor. These Bone Talisman, those expensive bronze. Yes, there's no 8 bronzes. Interesting. Okay. We'll open this. That's a really weird opening play. Like, it's weak on multiple levels. Yeah, it's blowing. It's a 4 for 5. You're really running it from just saving something from a lock. But to see that as the opening play is sus. So, oh, Thunderbolt's 8. No, I'm wrong. Yeah, John, I forgot about Thunderbolt. I don't know what they're doing, but we're just going to chill here for a second. See what they do. So far they're playing weak cards, so Maxi's probably next play. Because all I'm doing right now is buying time, saying like, look, I don't know what you're up to. You haven't played anything of note. What do we got? Jordan on bottom. I mean, they'll have Fion, so you're guaranteed value if I draw you. I think USC's not bad, though. You have 3 golds bottom, 1, 2. I can do better at this. Shove Lacerate to the bottom. Lacerate's the least likely to have value, and Enslave decks don't go too wide. And we have Heatwave for ball if they're running it. Yeah, I have no idea what John Doe means by Graveyard Clog.
You're gonna get it now.
Sure. Still playing garbage. I'm trying really, like, I want to slap down something like a Crimson Curse. I really can't. Until I see what else they do here. It's 6 for 8. Yes, King Marius. You run Thunderbolts with a Glace. So a Glace comes down, you buffer by 6. Then they become 12, effectively. Glace is a wild looking card, though. Yeah, there's a fur card. Is it Dead Man's? Like, you haven't played anything. Nah, just give me garbage. Okay. Last garbage card I have in my hand right now is the Bone Talisman. I'm glad you can make a rat off of stuff later on. Maybe I should have buffed here to avoid like a random. No, Scorch. It's already bricked. Alright. Yeah, I thought there was a pass. Do I want a long round or short round? Alright, I'm glad you like that art. An interesting one. I just made it, I think, premium too. I think it's that yesterday. Got Uridan. Ouch. Really messed on my hand. Bummer. Okay. I think long round is what I'm looking for here. They're gonna have time to set up annoying engines, so we're gonna have to do our best to kill them, but we'll see. Got a nice long round. Me on you. We don't know what really is going on in their deck though. They played a bunch of really random cards. Currently just in Imperial, I expect, but Torture. Okay. Brienne's fur card. I don't know. Best art right now to them in a while is Melusine. Melusine's art's just actually the bee's knees. It's terrifying. It's like screams beast, cruelty, power. It's very nice. Parasite's really important here. We have 3 mulligans. I don't think I need Consume here. I don't think we're gonna hit a Death Wish. Chris is really good if I could have hit her. So I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I feel it might be a little too removal heavy though. Okay, like that better. I'm gonna put Uridan back because we have 3 pieces of removal already. The Access to Arachas Swarm, Lacerate. Okay, I really dislike this fairy passive play. I think it's good for them, but it's annoying me. All right, what do we got, buddy? Blizzard. Okay, don't care about that. SK or ST? I think ST is currently the stronger of the 2. I think people have figured out that ST is quite strong. And that basically what I'm saying is the spam you can do of spells is real. And Symbolist is actually the nuts. It's probably the best card in the entire faction by a long shot. And then it turns out I think Elven Sage, which was my preview card, is better than people expected. It's better than I expected. I thought Orb would be terrible, even with Elven Sage, and I was wrong. Orb's quite good. So Terra Nova, I don't think got anything particularly good. I think it's just Maxi. Yeah. Terra Nova is 11 for 11 of Assimilate, which is still good. For the record, it's about as good as Brathan's. But nothing to write home about. More importantly, it's not Yen. Which might get Kuid and Yen back, so maybe I shouldn't mulligan you as a result. It'll be okay. We can take our time here. I'll look on COC back. I'm not up to something. I think it's up to something. I don't know what, though. I don't know what they're up to. They've played really weird up until now. Maybe just a Nilfgaard brew. Eventually, you know, everyone's sitting there trying to figure out what the next brew is. I think Nilfgaard Assimilate is quite decent, but it's definitely not anything beyond tier 3. Okay. That's kind of a tragedy for me. That's alright. That happens, I guess. Come on back, buddies. Maybe I should accelerate the pace. Behemoth, Spell. Yeah, I've never even seen Milton. Ever used. I've never even seen Milton Premium. Well, it's actually a very good premium too, ironically. I'm not sure about the glint on the card, but it's riding at you. Really nice. Joachim, huh? How bad am I gonna overswarm?
The Empire will be victorious.
Okay. Kinda feels weird. I could. No. I could Chimera eat this. I don't think that's actually correct. I think you want Q to be played here so that I can do an offensive Yen in a second. Because if I don't see Q on the wet, it makes Yen very sus. I wish I'd mulliganed this. This is serious brick. It's better than Yerden, but I need him to really throw.
The senses can be fooled easily.
I can see your deck if I want. Can you? That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, Gwent Observer. Yes, you can look inside my actual deck and see it because Gwent Observer is back to being active.
Please wait your excellency. I'm falling behind.
You're not up yet, huh? Next play is weird. I think COC is best next play. There are some pretty crazy lines of play coming up. I don't know. I think I'm on the back foot here. Feel very much on the back foot here. Oh, maybe I do have last say though. Maybe it's fine. All right, they're gonna go for the clog here. Which isn't terrible for us, I don't think. I'm gonna go ahead and intentionally clog my board. Because now Q's sort of bricked. The monster theme in the background? Yeah, it's pretty good. If you hit Yen, I'm gonna cry. Just don't hit Yen. Hit Yen and not eat it here. Are they gonna hit Yen, guys? Is this the tragic moment where they're gonna get Yen here and I just lose the game? If they hit Yen, this is over. Urine's also very painful here. I don't have that many unit diversity, that much unit diversity in my deck. I think this might be the moment where we just lose it, just straight up. We're fighting really well so far. Sitting on Bone Talisman, we have 2 good removals. I might have to discard Yen, not the end of the world. But is this going to be the moment where it all falls apart? No, we're good. Easy win. Ah, close. Yeah, let's just go for Bone Talisman here. Parasite was also acceptable. Parasite Vigo's coming up soon. Heat Wave. Yen feels so bad right now. I always want more Bone Talisman. Well, not always, but Bone Talisman's surprisingly good. I think Lacerate would have value here too. Maybe it's just the Lacerate meta. The good sign. Yen discard's coming up next. If they discard again, we do Yen discard. They'll do Roderick probably. And then we just Heat Wave. That is so good. Now Stefan's for Yen and we Heat Wave Stefan. Stefan shows up, we Heat Wave Stefan. We're not going to let a bribery come out of nowhere and ruin it. Yen last card. Yenvo. I mean, yeah, you Yen now because if it's Q, they lose anyways.
You crossed the wrong source.
So like they can Q here, steal it. They're already gonna get the assimilate procs here and here, whatever they Q, because there's plenty of targets. But that, it basically says, look, if your last card's Q, which looks like it is, you Q here, eat, but then I just Heat Wave and I win the round. They get the yen me back, but it doesn't matter.
You best yield now.
That's not even close. All right, next round. GG. Shout out to Ahmed Ali and McRandar for all their excellent support on Patreon.